Okay, so in today's video we're going to talk a little bit about cross-pollination and some of the misconceptions that people have when it comes to plants cross-pollinating. First off, not everything is going to cross-pollinate with everything. That's just not the way it works. So like these different squash plants up front here, they can cross-pollinate with each other, but they won't cross-pollinate with a tomato plant. So you're not going to get anything weird from having your tomatoes near your squashes. That's one thing. The other thing to understand is the squash itself, the plant, the genetics of the fruit itself. This one here is already, this is a reject, but the genetics of the squash itself is already, the fruiting part is already in place. It's not going to change no matter what it gets pollinated with. It doesn't matter. It's easier to think about the fruiting body as kind of the womb of the plant. What is going to change with cross-pollination are the seeds within the fruiting body. The plant doesn't change if it gets cross-pollinated. The fruit doesn't change if it gets cross-pollinated. None of that changes if it gets cross-pollinated. Again, the genetics of the fruit are already in place. It's not going to change because of the cross-pollination. What's going to change are the seeds within the womb of the plant. Just like a human or a dog or any mammal, the mother doesn't change because of who she's having a baby with. So if I take a squash, and this is a crooked neck squash, male plant, male flower, and you can tell from the inside here, and there's no fruiting body. If I take this crooked neck squash male and I go ahead and I gather up some pollen and I go over here to this female summer squash, I'll put the name in the description, and I pollinate that squash with the other squash's pollen, just like this, I have not changed the plant. The plant is still the same plant. It won't change. Now I have changed the seeds that will come out of this individual fruit. I haven't changed the seeds that'll come out of the fruit right behind it, or this other one back here. Those are still, if I pollinate them with the right stuff, will still come out with whatever seeds that this plant is, provided that it's not a hybrid in the first place, which it's not. So that means that the whole plant has not changed. Only the individual fruiting body seeds have changed. You haven't changed the flavor, you haven't changed the potential size, you haven't changed anything other than the babies that are growing within the fruiting body inside the womb of this plant, inside the womb of this fruit. Those have changed. Those will be just like mammals or whatever. It's a mix of the genetics, and that's what comes out. When you see something going on with your pepper plant or something, it's not cross-pollination. If for some reason you're getting multiple types of fruit off of the same type of plant, again, it's not because it got cross-pollinated. Because the genetics of whatever's going on, it's already set in stone. Those genetics are already within the plant. It didn't have anything to do with the cross-pollination. Corn, or something along those lines, that you're eating those seeds because, well, the seeds have changed, but the fruiting body, the original cob and all that stuff, that didn't change. The husks didn't change. The genetics of the corn planted didn't change. That still is what it is. In fact, I guess with corn, because each individual silk represents a kernel, you could potentially actually have a cross-pollination of a single kernel in the corn, and only one kernel be changed within that corn. That's actually kind of interesting, thinking about that. You could potentially have a couple of different types of corn within the same corn husk. Huh, that's kind of cool. Anyway, if you get something out of the video, like, share, subscribe, and have a great day.